All right, here we are. We're testing out this digital, um, and we have the guy on, but we gotta do the whole intro first. We're big fans of the intro here. Welcome to Forever Talking, or We Talk Nothing Forever. Today on episode 69 of the show, my name is Ian Moore, my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas, as well as our special guest returning to the show for a third or second time.
It might be a third. I lost track. It's
think
either
it's
second or third.
I think it's second.
A double or a triple. We're
We'll
gonna
say
call it a
second.
double. It's a
We'll
double.
say this is the sequel,
Solid double.
the solid double. Fregozo, welcome back
What's up, man?
to the show. We brought you on today's show because today is all about the fight world and the shit that we're gonna be talking about today, which is UFC 299. We're gonna be talking about Francis Ngannou getting flatline KO'd, and we're gonna be talking about the big one, which is gonna be our main event of the evening. Jake Paul versus Iron Mike Tyson, going down on, I believe, July 20th. But before we get into all of that, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I got a little technical issues with my setup. Got this nice, fancy, expensive mic that is definitely not working. And it's not because it's not plugged in, okay? We plugged it in, people.
Yeah.
We plugged it in. But no, it's a good day. I'm glad to be back on it. And yeah, man.
Isn't it
Been
fun
doing good.
spending like a bunch of money on equipment that doesn't fucking work ever?
Thousands of dollars on equipment and
Like,
none of it works.
like thousands upon thousands of dollars. Oh my God. My ring light. So my lighting setup that I got here, it's two separate lights and then a big ass ring light that my camera is connected to. In the piece, this is a brand new ring light. This thing costed like $150 easy. In the piece it was connected to, it's like I don't know what it's called. It's a bolt. Shattered. I came downstairs on Thursday to film the Ian Talks episode last week, and it was like a metal cracked straight down the middle. Brand new.
Not cool.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
But the most frustrating thing is when your stuff works perfectly fine, but you can't get it connected to a system or whatever.
That's where we're at today. We're lucky we got everything, because you were at my place. We were talking about, production of the show, and we were going over a few different tools that we're going to use. Literally, you set up this exact thing.
Yeah.
Last week, everything was working fine, and today,
demons
in the machine.
Not even a little bit. That's
the gremlins.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And for everybody, we have the mic, or we have the camera set up here. So if Nick doesn't look at the camera, it's because he doesn't want to look into the ring light and start having seizures.
Blind himself.
Yeah, because it's very, very close.
I like to look who I'm talking to too.
Yeah, and we're going to look at him, which is down here, but we're up here. So I'm going to be going back and forth. But we're not ignoring you, the audience at home, who has just absolutely been killing it, coming back to the show and talking us and yelling at us and telling us we're casuals and that golf's not a sport and yada yada yada.
Hey, that was great. I love that clip.
Dude, 3.6 thousand views on YouTube. Everybody told me, it was like everybody who commented said golf's not a sport.
What we need to do is we need to get that chick out there, and we need to film her at least shooting a couple holes. We got to get her out.
Oh, dude.
What was the clip?
It was us talking about when Jacob said that his classmate said golf's not a sport.
And how can they say golf's not a sport?
And she was gonna drop the freaking ball in 3 on every hole. Get out of here!
No way.
No,
I can't even drive.
That's white girl privilege right there. She's feeling it. She had her latte for sure. She's like, I could do it in 3.
Yeah. Had the keys. Yeah. 1,000,000%. I think. I mean, from everybody's, because I was curious as to genuinely why people didn't think golf was a sport, and I went out of my way and I commented on everybody who was commenting, and I was like, why? And everybody who said it was because there's not enough athletic ability in golf. But I think Tiger Woods could lift a car if he felt like it. Like, I've seen the size of this guy's arms.
How are you defining athletic ability? Because there's crazy amount of eye-hand coordination on a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh,
like, I
dude.
mean, think about Barry Bonds and being able to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball anywhere over the plate, right? It's
Yes.
like that, like a bunch of different times per round of golf that you're playing. The amount
Some
of precision you need is crazy.
somebody said it was like somebody goes it's just like baseball, but you go get your own ball. So in my head, I was like, does cricket count as a sport?
Oh, cricket's a sport.
100%, right?
Anything that you're mobile and there's a ball and you're running around, I mean,
I think I would
it's like
argue
a,
if you're on Sports Center, it's a sport.
yeah. If
Golf sounds
cheerleading is a sport, if cheerleading is a sport, then golf is a sport.
anything I say, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you might want to stay away from that comment. But
I'm not gonna say. I'm not.
not golf.
We're
I'm
not
not the
going
golf.
that far. All right.
I'm the fight guy. I'm not the golf guy. I'm the fight guy. So you're asking the wrong person.
I think like gymnastics is a sport.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
1000%. I
And they
couldn't.
don't even have a ball.
Yeah, I couldn't balance on that beam.
Oh.
I break my ankle.
Did you ever go when you were a kid to those gymnastic places?
I've been there. I've never like
I would
gotten.
love to see you on one of them.
I break my ankle on the beam immediately. It
See,
wouldn't even.
again, that would be another great episode. We need to do some remote
Yeah.
episodes, man. We got to get, and if we got the gear to do it, we just got to get you out. We got to get you out and
Get
about.
out and about and go do some shit. Yeah. I mean, I want to go to the City Museum. The problem is everywhere that I want to go to film, they'd kick me out immediately
Oh, for sure.
because I got a camera and I got,
Yeah, you can get a permit. You could probably talk them into letting you do it, though. I'll
dude,
call them.
the
We'll get
City
a permit.
Museum is
Yeah,
sick.
that'd be
What are you doing
legit.
there?
What do you mean? What do you have you ever been?
Yeah, I've been there, but like, what are we gonna record? Just
Explore.
I'm
We're
going to the caves,
spelunking.
dude.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I want to go in there because you hit
So-
your head no matter what you do in that place.
I went a couple years ago, but I was also 50 pounds heavier because,
One of my favorite places in the entire city. You go, grab a drink, walk around. It's awesome.
it's awesome, dude. You can like I went out of my way. It was definitely more painful getting through the caves than it was whenever I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
My knees were not happy, but 100% worth it.
Legit.
1000% worth it. And it was like winter, so I still went outside. And on the like, did you go to the outside section?
Oh yeah. Heck
Sick. Did you
yeah.
climb?
Really cool. Yep. Climb, slides, I did all of it.
It's sick. It's
Yep.
sick. Yeah, I don't care how old you are. It's awesome. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's legit.
I love it. Dude, we got a lot of fighting to talk about. So
Yeah.
let's
Hit
just
me
talk.
with it.
Let's just talk fighting. The best
What do you
way
mean?
I can lay this out is we're gonna start 299, and then we're gonna go NGANNOU, and then we're gonna go Jake Paul.
Okay.
So the UFC 299 card, you watched it. Ben,
I watch highlights of it. I know the gist.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've taken time and actually watched full fights. I need to get back into it, which sounds like we're gonna have some shows coming up to where I get to do that live. So
yeah.
I'm pumped about that.
Secrecy. We
I'm
can't
sorry.
we can't tell anybody yet. We got a lot of cool projects in the furnace. We got potentially,
I said potential. I didn't say it was
yeah,
for,
mate,
for sure a thing,
potentially
dude.
some live stream stuff. Kind of like throwing around the idea for like a clothing line, maybe. We'll see how that all pans out. I don't know. There's
Speedos.
things to think about. There's things in the fire that I'm
Well,
excited.
okay. So lay out your fight of the night.
Oh, dude. I mean, Peter Young versus Song Yadong was insane.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going Dustin versus Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis was insane.
Yeah. I'm going with Peter Yan versus Song Yadong. I think that was the better one.
Dude, Jan's a savage, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a straight beast.
He apparently like hurt his leg too. In the first round.
Okay.
Like according to Volkanovski, he like did something to his leg, and Peter Yan like confirmed it. But he came back and he won the fight. He was down. He lost the first round, came back and lost won the next two. Guy's a dog.
That's kind of that's kind of lackluster too. Like when I always like those good guys. I want to see them fight for 5.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
mean,
love. I mean, I know the lower cards you got to do that so you can move the night along. But I feel like top 10, anybody in the top 10 needs to be fighting 5. Like
Oh
once
yeah.
you're in the top 10, okay, you have if it's 2 top 10 guys, they got to fight 5,
oh, 1000%. But also
right?
something to
Yeah.
note is how much would the world be different? Because Peter Yan, I don't care what anybody says, beat Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
100%.
And now he's opening up the card that O'Malley's made. And
Uh,
I love Sean O'Malley. I love him to death.
Fun to
Dude's a
watch.
dog. I hope he stays the champion forever. I love how he's the champion. But what would the world be like if Peter Yan won that fight? Would O'Malley be fighting
I
Song Yadong?
No, O'Malley, because he's so popular, he would have found his way back into a rematch very, very quickly, for
One
sure.
one debate that I saw, and I actually want to get your opinion on this because I talked to Nick a little bit about it back and forth. Sean O'Malley is I love him as the champion. Um, there's arguments out there that he is not super popular as a main event draw, and that's why his cards are as stacked as they are for pay-per-views.
Interesting.
Um, now with that being said, like this is only the second time he's main evented, and it's a title defense.
I do feel like he has, so to be a really drawing champ, you have to have people who love you and people who hate you, right? And you have to be polarizing in that fashion to really be a great draw. Think Conor McGregor. You either love him, you hate him. There's not a lot of people who are like, oh, I could take him or leave him. Really don't care if they're fight fans. But if you're a fight fan, you either love watching him win or you love watching him lose, right? And
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley has done a really good job of being polarizing. Talks a lot of trash. He's got crazy tattoos. And since he's been inducted into the UFC, like he's gotten those in the last 5 years, right? And so he's created himself into a character that can be loved or hated. And so that's surprising. And I would be interested to see where those statistics are coming from. Um, because he has that he has that ability to be hated and to be a good draw. You need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I think you just got to give it time. Like I think that he is. I love him. I think he's awesome. I mean,
What is he
I
fighting now? 33s? Or is he
the
45?
He's 35.
he's
He's
35.
30. He's 35. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
using wrestling weights. 35. So
Yeah,
he's fighting at 35 and he wants to go up after the last fight. He said he wants to go up to 45.
yeah. We'll talk about that when we get to the main event. But yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah, I think that's probably in the cards. We'll talk about that a little bit. Next fight after Peter Young versus Song Yadong was Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Medellina. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But dude, did you see this? Gilbert,
I didn't see this one.
dude. So Gilbert's kicking the shit out of him, right?
Okay.
It's 3-round fight. He's kicking the shit out of him for 2 rounds. 2 rounds. He's kicking the shit out of him for, I would say, 14 minutes and 50 seconds. And then I don't remember how it all went down, but Gilbert, and by the way, Gilbert's your age. Gilbert's like 38. I didn't know
What's up,
that.
dude? I still got it. I'm gonna sign up right
Yeah.
now.
To fight in the top 10 level, I don't know about you
My
know.
back hurts a little bit. I
Yeah,
got boys that are still doing it. I got friends that are my age that are still doing it. I can get up in there.
in the
What's up?
UFC?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are you taking out?
Huh?
Who are you going after?
Top 10, 25 pounders. No, I'm like, okay, so I could probably, without busting my knees up, I could probably be the gatekeeper for sure. Like I could be the 25 pounder where I'm at right now
Like
in
the Kevin.
shape. I could be like, okay, if you can't beat me, you can't come to the
What
UFC.
weight
I
did you
could
fight at?
125.
You fought at 125?
Yeah, I could do that. I could be the gatekeeper. Like, hey, if you can kick my butt, you can come play with the rest
Would
of
you
us.
have to
But wait, hold on. There's stipulations to this gatekeeper. 1 minute rounds.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
We
1
got
minute rounds.
we got to work
And
on
I'm
the
good for 3 minutes. I'm good for 3 minutes, 1 minute rounds, 30 seconds in between. I'm supposed to be wrestling in the senior open here for wrestling coming up. And I started running again, training for it, working out a little bit.
Are
We're
you
gonna
gonna
see if that
wrestle at
actually goes.
125?
Yeah, yeah, 121. So 121 is the.
Do you have to cut weight to get there?
Oh yeah, I weigh
What
like
are you at
140.
naturally?
140,
You walk around 140?
roughly 142. I'm a little fat and happy right now.
I would have
I'm
thought you
little, dude. I'm small. 140s. I'm massive. 140.
I
Oh,
thought you would have walked around at like 150s. One.
no,
Huh.
nope. It's tough to put on weight.
Yeah, but cutting down to 125 isn't that hard.
20 pounds, piece of cake. I got it.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be
Gate
okay.
hashtag gatekeeper.
You'd be the cat. You'll be the new Donald Cerrone.
Wait, I have a question. How do you weight cut? Like, because I know there's different ways.
But
Dude, they do it so much differently now, and because they have wrestling and fighting completely different strategy. Because wrestling, you have to compete the same day that you weigh in. So, and I see this a lot in high school wrestling. We have kids who are trying to cut weight like the fighters do because they'll do a massive. They do nutrition cut probably until the week of, and then they will go water for a week, and then they'll cut out water like the last couple days, and they will suck all the water out of their body completely, dehydrate it. But then, so afterwards, you can quite literally go get an IV. You can rehydrate very, very well. You can get a good meal, and you've got 24 hours before you fight. This was a lot. So, background on me, I was a wrestler in high school and in college, but I use this example. High school nationals. I was a high school national champion wrestler, and I wrestled at 103 pounds in high school, right? The night I won the championship, I was probably 120 pounds.
yeah,
Because I had a day before to weigh in. They weren't doing double weight. Like each day you didn't have to weigh in. It's off season. They're like, make the weight once for the next 2 days. Actually, I think it was a 3 day tournament. The next 3 days, like whatever. So by the time I get to the finals, like the kid I wrestled too, he was at least 120, right? We're not 103 anymore. And that's how I feel like UFC fighting is because I look at the guys who are walking around at 125. I have buddies who fight at 125 and they're walking around at 160.
oh
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Because Connor, I mean, think about it. When Connor fought at 145, he was never 145
No,
in the
dude.
cage. Yeah, he was somewhere. He was probably one set. He was
Yeah.
probably 170.
175, yeah, easy. You
Yeah.
know, and some of the big cuts
Like Kiera
I'll
now.
use.
Like Khabib, he was a super weight bully.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not discrediting his ability at all.
No, but that's
But
how
he
much
also
weight you got
walked
to cut.
around. Khabib probably walked around at fucking 190. Easy.
Yeah,
Easily.
yeah.
He's a
I'm
big
a
guy.
very small one.
It's all right. Cut down to like 90 pounds.
So they used to have 118 in college for wrestling. They got rid of it. 2 people died.
Sorry, got a little got a
Girlfriend
little
gave you a
I,
text. You gotta answer it. It's cool.
no,
Unprofessional.
I'm unprofessional. I'm sorry, but
Turn the
anyway,
ring off.
dude. So what I was saying was Gilbert was kicking the shit out of this guy for 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Goes for a takedown. He gets out of it, and while he's standing up, he goes for another takedown. Jack knees Gilbert so fucking hard in the head mid takedown. He might have died. I mean, I don't think Gilbert's there anymore. I mean,
That was a fight where the ref let it go too, right?
yeah, he let it go. I would say Gilbert was kicking his ass for 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Then the takedown attempt, wham, knee, and then the last like 50 seconds of the fight was Jack just absolutely caving Gilbert's head in on the floor. The
Jeez.
ref did not feel like stopping it. But dude, Gilbert's probably it's probably the end. It's probably up.
Yeah, I'll probably fight like one more.
Yeah, it's probably getting close. Dude, it's hard to
Well,
be
you can. I mean, when you're our age, your body doesn't recover like it used to. So I'm just running. I run 3 miles a day, and I wake up sore. When I was in my 20s,
it's
three
easy.
miles a day was nothing.
Yeah. It's Yeah, it's and especially like doing that because he's pretty consistent in the way he fights. Um, Doing that at such a consistent highest level in the world.
Mhm.
And the way he fights too, he doesn't
Yeah,
sit back. He goes in there.
he's a very head forward. We're just gonna take the damage and walk through it type of fighter, which is fine. I love it. But yeah, Gilbert, poor guy, concussion city. Um, Michael Venom Page.
Name sounds familiar. If I saw a picture, I probably.
Bellator fighter. Fought with his hands down.
I'm
Uh,
acting like I don't have the internet right here. Go ahead,
kind of
continue talking.
he has a blade. He fights with a bladed stance, hands down, kind of a karate style. Um, Camp Shoot Fighter London.
What was his last name?
Page, Michael Page, Michael Venom Page.
On it. Oh yeah,
Uh, Bouncing around a bunch of different
If you
promotions.
would have said MVP, I would have known.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he fought Holland. I saw that fight.
yeah, great fight.
Yeah,
Well,
great
I
fight.
mean, great fight if you're Michael Venom Page. Bad fight if you're Kevin Holland. You got the
Yeah, man, it was frustrating to watch. Like the way that Page fights is
you can't hit him.
super. He's a counter fighter, it's what he
He
does. And so it's like jujitsu. It's like someone lying on the ground and being like, "All right, if you come down here, like it's that Simpson episode. I've been training for this." Gets on the ground, mount
so
me and meet your doom. It's like he's just gonna back away. If you chase me, you're gonna get hurt. But as long as you don't chase him, just
yeah.
stand in the middle. He'll never
So
fight you.
he's fought this way his entire career.
Oh, I know.
Where he keeps his on he has a karate style, right? Bladed stance. So he's not orthodox or he doesn't kind of set up that way. And he can fight with both hands, which is also super annoying. Is he doesn't which makes him hard to hit because he's not square to you. He's
Yeah.
sideways. Which makes it incredibly hard to hit. Now, with that being said, typically that style of fighting works whenever you have people who it like we follow influencer boxing pretty closely, at least up till recently, because it's kind of quieted down a bit.
Mhm.
KSI, who's like you probably know him,
Yep.
he
Mhm.
fights in the same camp as MVP, and he adopted MVP's
Oh,
style.
really? Interesting. I didn't know
But
that.
yeah, but in the boxing ring.
Yeah, they
Uh
would they would be in the same camp, same energy.
yes, very they're like
Excuse
shit
me.
talky in the ring, kind of. But
Oh
he
yeah.
adopted it because KSI's whole thing is he wanted to catch up to Jake. So he needed to be as destructive as humanly possible and as explosive as humanly possible in a short amount of time. In
I mean,
boxing,
that's an unfair challenge. She'll never be. So Jake has always been very, very athletic. KSI isn't naturally athletic.
he's not. No, he didn't because
Never
Jake
gonna catch him.
wrestled. Yeah,
Yeah, never gonna
Jake
catch him.
wrestled in high school and stuff like that. So he has to fight like this. He
Yeah.
can't he cannot orthodox it like Jake does to catch up to him. But it works for him in the boxing ring because the style is so unorthodox and it's so weird is that it works for lower amateur, lower pro guys.
Hmm.
It worked against Tommy Fury.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
in the
yeah.
boxing ring, once you start like getting closer to guys who kind of know what they're doing a little bit more, that style is not going to work
Yeah.
against these guys. MVP in the cage has done this his entire career, including kickboxing, because like if you're like a professional boxer and you're fighting KSI in the boxing ring and he's got the bladed stance and he's just going to blitz in and throw an overhand right over on top of your head, duck, uppercut, throw a couple combinations his way, he'll hug you, dog him out.
Mhm.
MVP, you're going to fight him in the cage, you're going to try and duck it, he'll kick you, he can wrestle, he can fight with both hands. He kicked Kevin Holland in the head a couple times, stomach,
Yeah.
side
Saw
kicks.
that. Like had a reverse elbow in there too.
Oh yeah,
I
he'll
mean,
throw over.
he's athletic,
You can't
no doubt.
touch him. But
Yeah,
like
I'm
he
not-
runs
I
into a
mean,
wrestler, different story. But I mean,
I don't get me wrong. I was talking trash because I hate that style of fighting. Like, you're just always running. I hate that style of wrestling. I hate that like, I'm okay with a little bit of defense, but there should be some motion in. There should be some poignant attacks. And it just seems
it's
like that whole style is just back up, back up, back up.
yeah, it's he's not like that style of fight. He's not going in. He's not going to throw a combination.
Exactly. It's like one
It's
one in out.
it's you're gonna come at him. He's gonna either throw a side kick to throw you off, or he's gonna duck, throw an overhand, uppercut, whatever he's got to do. If he wants to go on an offensive, it's typically I'm gonna literally explode in because I have a bladed stance. You're never gonna see it coming.
Continue talking. I got to get a charger for this
Okay.
computer. Continue talking.
Explode in, overhand right, explode out. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
You'll never get it. Oh my god. I mean, I don't even think you can hear me anymore.
Have you ever seen the videos where like people do this and they have like someone like fake kidnap them?
Yeah. Like in
We're just sitting here and like someone breaks into his house.
a college, feel free to tear designs apart and tell me exactly what you like and what you don't like. I'm happy to make any alterations you want more ground. Okay. Cool. 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 Are
Almost
you
didn't
finally
make it.
ready to be professional?
Jeez.
This is
I'm
this is
falling apart over here, dude.
this is unacceptable.
Yeah, you're telling me mics don't work,
As I was
computers
the one
dying,
late,
sucking
as
all
I
my
was the one
juice.
late to the meeting today. Whoops.
We're back. We're back.
back.
Don't worry, everybody. The show will go on.
I like Michael Venom Page. I think I don't know how this works for him going into the top 15. Well, I guess Kevin Holland's 13.
Again, he has that factor that I was talking about. The hate of it. I love watching that dude lose.
I I love watching him win. So
It's good. No, that's like you need that type of polarization. So that's good for him going in the top 15. If he can keep pulling off wins, people
yeah.
are gonna watch, man. I'll watch.
He's getting older though, so I don't know how much longer he's got. But
You're an ageist, bro. We're young. We're youthful. This ageism, I don't like it.
in the fight world, it matters.
I'm kidding.
It matters
I'm
a
kidding.
little bit, you know.
It does matter.
Co-main event. Diamond. Is that his nickname? Diamond
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier? Yeah,
Diamond.
I was pretty sure.
Poirier.
Diamond Dustin Poirier,
Savage.
Benoit Saint Denis.
Bro, dude, he still got it. Poirier is old too.
Yo.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Crazy. I mean,
Dropping full still.
listen. He was getting his ass kicked a lot of this fight.
I feel like it was his fault though. He kept doing the jumping guillotine.
Yeah, he went for a lot of
If he didn't do that,
guillotines.
he probably could have done a lot better.
Yeah.
He's working on that one. He's like, I got this.
Yeah,
he's still
Been
doing
practicing.
it.
I think he went for like 12 guillotine attempts. It was a lot. It was a lot of guillotine attempts, which is fine. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably something they worked on for a specific reason. You think about how he ends up dropping him, right? He dropped him with a chin high exchange.
Oh, he's the
it could have been
best.
strategy to get him to get his head up. Maybe he fights head low. I don't know.
He's got, and Michael Chandler commented this too. He's got like the best check left in the UFC. And he fights. He told me I didn't even know this. I thought he was a natural southpaw. He's not. He's a natural, or it's a check right because he's southpaw. He's not a natural southpaw. His dominant hand is his right hand, but he fights southpaw. So his jab and his check right are deadly.
Yeah.
So it'll just kill you. So I mean, he landed a check right and an uppercut on Benoit, and it was just wobbly leg city. And then he just
the ref called it there.
Yeah, he just flatlined.
Yeah, it looks pretty brutal. I didn't see it live, but I watched the replay. He's done.
Guy's crazy. So I mean, what do you do with Dustin Poirier? I
Let him
was
keep
ready to
winning.
wean him out of the title picture scene, but it's like
How dare you?
No, he doesn't have a shot against Islam.
I don't think he does either. But like
But I guess he could catch
he
him.
asked to fight Islam, and Islam was like, "Yeah, I'll fight him."
Yeah, only because the other guys are all booked.
True. I mean,
You
I
let
thought
him, man, for guys like that, you let them keep rolling up until they can't anymore. And then it just depends on how they would like to end their careers as he gets older. Does he want to continue fighting because it's a passion thing, or does he want, because you're not in the top 10 anymore, or you could be a Clay Guida, like he still fights. He's 42.
yeah.
He's making money. He loves it. Just straight loves it. In the gym daily, loves it.
I
Doesn't want
mean,
to do anything else.
like I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know what you do with Dustin because there's so many guys. I mean, I would like him to see. He never did this really. I would love to see him go up to 170.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like he looks almost small for 155 now.
He was bigger than Connor. I mean, he was a lot bigger than Connor when they fought at 155.
Yeah, but Connor's kind of small at 155. Well, he was.
Isn't that crazy after we just talked like how much weight they cut?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. That's
How
why he hit
small
as
they
hard as
look.
he did at 145.
Yeah.
That's why whenever he started hitting fulls at 155, I mean, it hurt, but I don't know, it wasn't like spark out dead, you know. Um, I mean, they asked him, they were like, "Would you want to fight Connor again?" And Dustin was like, "For that paycheck, yeah, easiest money I'll ever make in my
Did you
life."
see his comment on Connor? Like
The
Connor commented on the fight, like about them being two freshmen. He's like, "Yeah, Connor's felt that right hook too."
yeah, he said, yeah, because I mean, one that fights Connor and Dustin are never gonna fight again. It would be a miracle if Connor even got back in the octagon.
Yeah, dude. Oh, freaking Roadhouse, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Roadhouse. Yeah,
That
he's not
actually
coming back. Are you kidding me? Why
actually
would you?
that actually doesn't look bad.
No, it looks great.
He keeps telling fools though that he's gonna fight international fight weekend. I don't.
And why would you? Why would you? When you make that transfer, it's the Gina Carano effect. Like, why would you ever go back? Like, they canceled her for sure. So I mean, she could go back. But once you make the switch over to the big screen, Ronda Rousey too. Why go back? The
Well,
money's so much different, and you're not actually getting punched in the face.
I don't care if he doesn't come back. I don't care if he doesn't come back. I care that he keeps talking shit. Stop talking shit like you're gonna come back and
No,
you're not
you
gonna
got
come
no.
back.
That's good for the sport. Period. That's
No,
just good
it's
for the
not
sport.
because you're building a fight that's never gonna happen. Poor Michael
That's
Chandler.
good.
Poor
Just talk
Michael
trash.
Chandler has sat the majority of his UFC career waiting for this dickhead to show up.
Yeah, just keep talking trash. I like it. Just keep being crazy. I love it.
Oh my god.
You need them. You need the sugar shanes. Like you know, just keep being nuts.
I, oh, I I'm so
Strickland. Keep
tired of
being
talking.
Strickland. We need these people.
Yeah, we need him, but he's not in it. He's not here. He's a
Yeah.
non-factor.
And
He's
yet,
not.
we're talking about it.
What are we building? Yeah, we're talking about him because it will promote his fucking Roadhouse movie. It's not going to promote his next UFC
Roadhouse.
fight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You love it.
Main event. O'Malley beat the shit out of Cheeto Vera.
Yeah, Cheeto's tough too.
Oh yeah. Did you see that flying knee?
He's rough.
Oh,
He got beat up.
dude.
Yeah, he's a sniper, dude. He's a big, tall, lanky sniper, 145-pound, unassuming sniper.
Yeah. I mean, he is. We talked about it during the fight. I was like, Sean O'Malley's probably the best tactical striker in the. He's so fluid.
Currently in the UFC,
Who's more fluid than him? Who can fight both? Who can fight both stances and kick? He's just fluid. There isn't like
yeah, I was gonna say, oh God, I'm blanking right now. Asunian. maybe. But he got beat by Strickland. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to watch him flow. Jan flows.
Yeah.
Jan,
Yeah.
Jan's a
Man,
great striker and a good wrestler.
like Taporia fights in a way where like nothing's a wasted movement.
Mhm.
So maybe that's a thing. But dude, Sean O'Malley's so good. And he's
He's
getting
he's
better.
great, dude. He's getting better. he's uh he's talking trash and lining it up.
You
Um,
love it. You love a little trash talk.
well, because I was never a trash talker when I competed. I actually hated people who talk trash. Um, but I understand that you need to build,
Well, it's a fight.
you got to build the fight. You got to,
So like when you fought or like wrestled, did they ever talk to you?
because
Josh
wrestling
Button.
is so much different. Like there's no press behind wrestling. Wrestling is you competing in front of 5 people.
Or like when you would wrestle though, would you talk trash or they talk trash to you while wrestling?
Oh, during it, yeah,
Like have you ever watched Khabib? Like when he was wrestling, he'd be talking to them all.
some guys would. I always considered wrestling so much different than fighting. I still have this level of respect for mat time.
Yeah.
It's way up here. When people celebrate after they win too much, I'm like douche. When people talk to you like while you're competing, again, it's like super douchey in my eyes because it's I want to pay homage to it's the oldest sport ever. It is. There's nothing you can do outside of physically fighting that is more indicative of competition. Like wrestling is the thing, and I'm talking obviously like collegiate, um, college wrestling, which the NCAAs are coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. Yeah, there's nothing more physical that you can do to see who's the freaking man. And so when you beat someone, you don't have to say you're the man, it's implied,
Yeah.
right? And so same thing, with fighting, typically, if it's a street fight, you don't have to say anything. You win. You are you're the man. But UFC, we're selling fights, right? So the trash talk comes into play, and I don't mind it so much in the UFC. But when you're talking like collegiate sports, NCAA, there's some people out there that compete and talk trash, and it lessens the sport in my eyes. Um, it's not as pure when you're being a douche on the mat. If you beat someone, you no need to talk crap. You are
Yeah. Word. Word.
to your mother.
Yeah, to your mother. So yeah, what do you do with Sean O'Malley? He called out Taporia in Spain, or he said he'd fight Bilal in the Sphere.
Well,
I
yeah,
think it's going to be Eli Taporia
that would be great.
versus Sean O'Malley for
Yeah,
the
that'd be awesome.
145 belt.
You think so?
Taporia's not dropping.
Well, as soon as they did it, and he said he wanted to go up in his
Yeah,
post,
fight
he said he wanted to go up. So yeah, you go
in the
up.
Sphere in Vegas, September.
Yeah,
Yo, I might book a flight
A fight.
to go. Like, I think
you
O'Malley will
should.
die, but it'll be sick. My stomach keeps
Yeah,
rumbling. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm
Well,
hungry.
then let's go. Move it along. Who you got next?
Well, I'm not rushing. I'm just saying. That's my stuff, dude. Yo, Francis Ngannou got killed, dude.
So I did not see that fight either. However, we've all saw the read. That looked rough.
Yeah. I'm a big Francis fan. I love
He
me
did
some
all right in his debut. He did good.
against Tyson Fury, who is the heavyweight champion of the world, undeservedly, because he doesn't fight ever. But yo, like
Yeah.
uh, credit to Anthony Joshua. I don't know how much you know about the boxing world.
Not much.
I stay pretty consistent in the boxing world. The heavyweight division is ass
Okay.
because they don't ever fight. Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder years ago. You probably remember this fight. Huge fight.
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah, won the heavyweight championship.
Knocked
fought
him
him.
down. He came back up, knocked him out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they fought. It was like a trilogy fight to retain. That was his first title defense. Then he fought a because like there's like 4 big heavyweights. There's Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk,
Hmm.
and then there's like Andy Ruiz somewhere in there. On the sideline, right? Anthony Joshua, who is the former heavyweight champion, was fighting Alexander because there's like boxing's titles are all fucked up. There's like 5 different belts for each division. It's a complete utter mess. So Tyson beats Deontay Wilder for one of the heavyweight championships, or for 2 or 3, whatever the fuck. And then Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk were fighting for the other ones. Usyk beats Joshua, beats him in the rematch. And everybody's like, oh my God, we got to see Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Unification, title unification. It's the biggest fight you can make. Why would you not do this? And on the side, you can do Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? Like, this is just, it's perfect. Years pass. Fucking years pass. Freaking, I'm not allowed to cuss anymore. Freaking years pass.
When did you get cut off from cussing?
We're having a competition.
Clean it up, bro.
Yeah, I've slipped up. I've
Clearly.
it's like a drug I can't quit. So years pass. Tyson Fury is like, you know what? I'm gonna fight this guy, Derek White, who's like ranked 15 in the world. And then I'm gonna retire.
Solid plan.
Everyone's like, what? So he of course beats him up, retires, comes back, and everyone's like, oh my God, Tyson Fury's back. We're gonna get Tyson Fury versus Usyk.
Okay.
Fury then goes, I'm gonna fight Derek Chisora, who's like 49. And I've beaten twice already. 3 times. I think he's beaten him 3 times. But I've beaten 3 times already in the past. Yeah. Beats him up. Sick. Then literally in Vegas in December of last year, so like 3 months ago, or I was in Vegas. I don't know where the card was, but they booked Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to fight on the same card, not against each other, separate people for some reason. Anthony Joshua wins his fight. So the plan was they were going to both win and then they were going to fight each other. Anthony Joshua wins. Deontay Wilder gets the shit kicked out of him. You'll probably never see Deontay Wilder ever again. Instead of just making the fight. Tyson Fury, instead of fighting Usyk, fights Francis Ngannou, who's a UFC guy. A little bit of cash.
A little money.
But in his credit, he schedules the Usyk fight before the Francis fight happens, and they announce it. That's how much he literally disrespected Ngannou.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, dude, I'm just going to walk through this guy. Which, by the way, we all thought he was just going to walk through him. Because UFC doesn't translate to boxing. We all know
Well,
this.
I think it does at heavyweight, though. Because at heavyweight, at heavyweight, they're just throwing. Yeah. You know, there's a joke in wrestling, not a joke, it's just a common knowledge. So if you are a little guy, the smaller you are, the more technique you have to know to
that is so true.
Yeah.
Like if you're a little dude, you need a lot of technique to be good. If you're a big guy, 4 or 5 solid moves and you got it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's reality.
100%. And
it's a different game.
He walked in, I mean, Fury walked into this fight, and it made me respect Ngannou so much. He walked into this fight expecting to just walk through Francis. And Francis is a better striker than even I thought. And I don't care what anybody says, Francis won that fight. They
Mhm.
say that he didn't. They took it away from him. But I thought Francis won it. So then they had to push back Fury versus Usyk because Fury's like, oh, hold on, that was a lot harder than I thought. Then it was supposed to happen like a couple weeks ago. Fury splits his eye open, so then they push it back even further. And now like Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou gets scheduled. Anthony switches camps, gets a new trainer. I still thought it was going to be pretty close. It was not close in the slightest. Francis Scott. Oh man. Anthony
Smash City.
Joshua throws bombs, dude. I mean, it was a pole counter right hand from hell.
It's always scary, not scary. It's always interesting to me that you're still knocking people out in boxing. Like it makes perfect sense to me in UFC. 4 ounce glove, done. Oh, I get that. 16-ounce glove, get knocked out. Bro,
Dude, how hard
you're hit. Yeah, exactly. You're hitting hard.
dude, and like he knocked out someone we've never seen get hurt,
Mhm.
much less get knocked down, much less get knocked out.
He
Yeah.
did 3 times.
And he knocked him down twice and then knocked him out.
Jeez.
Cold,
Scary.
flatline, sleep. Francis is fighting in the cage again in the PFL in an already scheduled fight.
Nice.
So AKA don't schedule fights before you're
Back to back.
already
Yeah.
don't schedule multiple fights back to back because you might get killed. But I immediately after Francis gets knocked down, I get a text message from, you guessed it, Jacob. And he goes, heard Francis got knocked the fuck out. And I go, yeah. And he goes, would have been worse if John Jones was fighting him. I'm so sick of this debate. Who wins, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones?
Does John Jones get cocaine or
No.
no? Ugh.
I know it's
It's
rough
tough.
now, isn't
It's
it?
tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. And no disrespect to John Jones. Dude, this is scary. He is the scariest human.
Yeah.
You gotta go John Jones. Are you freaking kidding me? It's the scariest human ever.
I don't.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I think he's I think he's the best fighter ever.
Now we're in his prime because he's older than Francis.
His prime. Yeah. In his
Jones,
prime.
bro.
He is not.
he
Here's my problem.
ragdolled DC
That was years ago.
in his prime. You said prime.
Well, yeah. But
What?
on top
Yeah.
of the
You got, how come your voice got all high? Yeah.
he ragdolled him in his prime. Also off the backhand of sticking a needle in his ass and doing roids twice.
Hey, you said prime, bro. That's
Despite
prime time.
despite the issues, despite the cheating, despite everything, I still
we're
think
not
he's the
even
best.
testing. We're not even testing right now.
I still think he's the best, despite all that. I didn't say that. However, what I will argue about John Jones that makes people, think.
And John Jones said during that fight, he told DC, he said, I did that to you off a night of cocaine. So I came off, well, that was like 2 a.m. night, just a heads up. I wasn't even my best. I did that off a party night. He said it. That's not me, throwing shade. That's his words.
I know what he said. I know what he said. But what I would argue is this. Every person that John Jones fought at 205 was a natural 185er, except Daniel Cormier. Did you know that?
Yeah. I did
It wasn't
know that.
all of them.
I didn't know that. I knew it was a large majority, but you have to understand the level that Daniel Cormier was. And I'm not talking, forget fighting, just wrestling. Just the wrestling accolades alone.
He's probably the best wrestler ever.
He never won Olympic gold. But if you're top five in our country, you're on the ladder. Um, you are a bad, bad, bad man. I think Cormier was a world champion. I'd have to look it up, but I know that his wrestling accolades are very, very steep. And then on top of that, a great fighter, and Jones handled him,
I
handled
don't.
him very, very steadily. And I'm a DC fan. I'm a DC fan through and through. Like that was one of the dudes I love to watch win. You know,
I'm not
um,
throwing shade.
I
I
just think I don't
I
know if
think
there's
he's the
anybody that can fight.
greatest. I think he's the greatest fighter in UFC history, despite the fact he stuck a needle in his ass multiple times to get it
I would
out.
argue I would argue no. I would argue Mighty Mouse was the greatest in
Actually,
UFC
that's
history.
that's a good pick
Yeah.
too.
They had to get
Um,
rid of him. No one's touching Mighty Mouse. That's one dude like my size dude where I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that dude.
yeah,
It's like he's a big, fast, quick, giant ball of muscle. I actually got to help remember Uncle Creeper?
yeah,
Ian McCaw.
yeah.
Mackay, I said Ian McCaw. I actually got to help him train for his fight against Mighty Mouse. Um, that dude's that dude's tough, right?
Insane.
That dude's tough to take down. And I think I was 27, 28, so I was still in great shape. I was only a few years out from like training, doing my own wrestling thing. I don't think I took McCaw down,
Yeah.
which was like really frustrating for me. I was like, what the hell is going on? Who is this guy? I didn't even know who he was at the time. They're like, hey, this guy's gonna fight this guy named Mighty Mouse. I knew who Mighty Mouse was, and I was like, okay, like, I'll help you get ready. Like, this guy might be in trouble. I'm wrestling him. I'm like, yeah, he might be okay, dude. I think this is gonna be a good fight. And that's the fight where McCaw finished the fight where he had double hooks in
Yeah.
and he was vined in and pounding on him at the end. Like that fight keeps going. He's in a good spot. So, but Mighty Mouse, yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
he's
man.
probably
He's the
up
man.
there.
He's scary.
But what I'll argue with this when it comes to the John Jones versus Francis debate is John went up to heavyweight, beat Cyril Gahn, won the heavyweight championship. I'll never take that away from him. I think it was more of Cyril Gahn shit the bed to cataclysmic levels, but to jump up to heavy from light heavyweight to heavyweight and beat a heavyweight guy is insane. Not
Yeah.
taking that away. Sick. What I will call bullshit on is you beat Cyril Gahn, and now your retirement fight to prove you're the greatest heavyweight ever is to beat 46-year-old Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, but I don't I don't think that
Don't
was to
even
prove
defend this.
I don't think again that fight wasn't to prove he was the best. That Stipe fight was a retirement fight.
For who?
Jones.
He said that he wanted to beat the greatest heavyweight ever.
Yeah, but that's something to just say. So anytime someone retires, or it's my last, not, I won't say every time. A lot of times, they want to go out on top, and a lot of times they get to. I feel like that was one of those that when he took that fight, he knew what was going to happen before he went in, and then he just chose to go out like that. I don't think anybody thought Steve was going to win.
No, he hasn't fought in years, and he's 46.
Yeah.
And last time we saw everybody wanted to see Francis versus John. It took too long. Francis fucked off, went to the box or whatever.
Yeah.
If John wants to show me that he can beat Francis Ngannou, he has to beat Tom Aspinall.
John, if you're listening.
If you're listening, John.
Ian Moore.
Fight me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck that. You would kill me, of course.
But
John,
you want him. Hey, if you want to prove to Ian.
if you want to prove to me.
You're the effing man.
Yeah.
And you sack up and do this.
Yeah. If you want to prove
I
to
like
me
it.
some guy on a random YouTube page on a
No,
Zoom,
whoa. You're not some guy. I
I'm
don't let
Ian.
some guy.
Yeah.
You're freaking the Ian Moore. I
I'm
don't
the
let
Ian
just
Moore.
exactly some guy.
I am
I
St. Louis.
I would I wouldn't be on this show with some guy.
That the words came out wrong. Um, yeah, I think if he wants to prove that he's the greatest heavyweight of all time and that he is actually like a fighting heavyweight champion, he has to
Well,
fight.
let me add, if it's not him, then the greatest heavyweight.
Stipe.
But he, but he beat Stipe.
Who beat Stipe?
John Jones.
Not yet.
Didn't they fight?
No,
Did I
it never
dream
happened.
that? Am I part of a different universe where that already happened?
Ngannou beat Stipe.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That's the last. No, Jones beat Gon. Was gonna fight Stipe. I think it got scheduled. Did it ever get scheduled?
What?
I thought that
John
happened,
versus
bro.
Stipe.
I think it did.
I think it got
For
scheduled.
for November.
John tears his tricep. Not his tricep. He
Okay.
tore his pec, and he had to go away.
I thought they fought already.
No,
No.
no.
I'm good.
But
I'm
you know,
green. In my universe, they did, and Stipe lost. Sorry.
Stipe, don't worry about it. It's when they do fight, he is gonna lose. He's
Yeah, you're
48
right.
or 46 or 47. How
You're
old or
right,
old
bro.
Stipe Miocic is? That
I
doesn't.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
has to fight. If he's not gonna fight Francis Ngannou, he has to fight Tom Aspinall. Sorry.
Well, I'm a little dude. I don't care about the heavyweights anymore.
Speaking of heavyweights,
I want to see the little dudes fight. I would. Speaking of heavyweights, I am gonna watch that just because it's interesting. I already know where you're going.
Jake Paul,
Yep.
Iron Mike Tyson.
Did you hear the rules?
No.
Do you want to hear the rules?
Yeah, I do.
They haven't announced official rules.
I want to hear it though.
Do you want to hear what it's gonna be or what it's proposed right now?
What?
Yeah, go.
He's wearing headgear. First off,
Not true.
that's what was reported.
Ariel came out and said that they haven't been able to get it sanctioned to be a pro fight yet, but Jake wants to be a pro fight, of course. However, with Mike being 50 fucking 8, there's no chance that the commission's gonna approve that.
And ignore Sean in the background. He's fine. Sean, you do you.
I was just making sure you knew you had a guy in the background.
Yeah,
he's hanging out. He's making dinner. Don't even look at him.
Hey, some guy's lucky with Robbie. You just take him down.
take him down.
You leave him alone. We're disturbing him right now, not the other way
around. Mike, so a commission's never gonna sanction this to be a pro fight.
Okay, I don't.
They're not wearing head guards.
No. Mike isn't. I heard Jake was wearing a head guard.
Not true. It's not.
I also heard that he's gonna be tag teaming in his brother. Was that a troll?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I was like,
yes.
Oh God.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet for Goza.
I believe it all, bro.
Yeah,
it's all real.
No,
it's real.
However, I'll pull it up right now. Here's what I know. This is confirmed from the man himself, the mouth of combat sports, Ariel Helwani. He said,
if he says it, I believe it.
Yes. He said, scrolling on his Twitter. Give me a second. Big Twitter guy. I love me some Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @RealLeeIanMoore. 3 hours ago. He tweets a lot. He's a big tweeter.
You did all that within 3 hours?
Yeah.
It's probably not him. Probably someone else.
Ariel, Jake Paul. Hold on. You got to be kidding me. Okay, so I can't find it. He did post it. I did see him post it. I can't find it though. Here's what I know. They haven't sanctioned it to be a pro fight. They want it to be a pro fight. They haven't decided on how many rounds it's going to be yet.
Okay.
I think they said that the gloves are going to be heavy gloves. You're talking like 16s.
Yeah.
We're going to be in
My
some,
question would be, why would Mike make it a pro fight?
I'm sure that he doesn't want it to be a pro fight as much as Jake wants it to be a pro fight.
Yeah,
Uh,
If you're Mike Tyson, there's no way you're making that a pro fight. I think that's fine.
But if it's an exhibition,
Yeah, it's gonna be
there will be
it's gonna be
knockout issues. Which, considering there was knockout issues with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, how they made it an exhibition,
yeah.
because the commission was literally like, yeah, if you're not gonna fight in head guards, you have to fight with big ass gloves, and you got to be really careful about knockouts.
So you're not allowed to knock somebody out if it's amateur. I'm not very familiar with this.
If it's so boxing commissions, depending on which state you are in,
Mhm.
are more complicated than others. Like the California Boxing Commission is kind of a pain in the ass.
Okay.
The Texas one I'm not 100% sure about, but it's usually give and take. If Mike Tyson, Jake Paul is going to go ahead, and if you want to wear 12-ounce gloves, probably going to have to wear head guards.
Okay.
But if it's a pro fight, which they want to make it, you can do 12-ounce gloves, no head guards. Let's rip. Maybe you
Yeah,
can
I mean,
do
I know Mike's 50.
8.
Yeah.
You can probably just throw the 60 around now if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
I'll say this. Again, he's gonna be like me. 1 minute rounds. Okay. 12 of them.
it won't be 12. My guess is we're
Yeah.
looking at 6 to 8. 6
So
to
it's
8. We're
still a lot,
probably gonna
dude.
be in 6 rounds. If I had to guess how this is gonna balance out, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson will be in 16-ounce gloves, no head guards. It will be an exhibition, but I don't think that they'll specifically say anything about the knockouts. And it will be either 8 2s or it'll be 6 3s.
I'm gonna watch. I mean, it's Mike
100%.
Tyson. Not yeah, it's not for Jake Paul. It's Mike Tyson. I'm gonna
Yeah, this is gonna make an ungodly amount of money.
watch.
It's the first boxing event ever on Netflix for free, meaning it's automatically distributed out to 250 million American or 250 million people around the world.
Yeah.
That might be a low number. It might be a lot more. Um, it's in AT&T Stadium, 100,000 people in Texas, July 20th. Millions of dollars.
Gotta be dope.
Gonna be sick. When this fight got announced, I baited my family. I did a bad thing. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyway because it was funny to me. I went on Facebook, which is where a lot of my family members hang out that really hold on to the past,
Mhm.
like in a strangle.
Okay.
And I said this because I wanted everybody to understand my stance on it, which is the only logical stance on it. I said this. I'm begging you, me personally, the Ian Moore, Mr. St. Louis, is begging
Like
you,
it.
not to put money on Mike Tyson.
Well, we already know that Jake doesn't take fights he's gonna lose.
That's true.
Forget who's fighting. It's a Fugazi, it's a Fabuzi,
It's fairy dust. It's not on the elemental.
fairy dust. Doesn't
He
matter.
there um now I will say this. Mike has a puncher's chance.
I still can't get behind the idea that these fights are rigged.
They're not
You
rigged.
think Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance?
He is a puncher's
Mike
chance.
Tyson will eat your children.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm talking like the first
And
I don't
3
think,
And-
minutes.
I don't think
he's
so.
not kidding. The man bit off
Yeah,
Holyfield's ear.
Imagine if he bites Jake Paul's ears off.
That dude.
here's
That's
hope.
the only reason I'm watching.
I saw a lot of people comment that.
Sign me up. However,
Sign me up. Bite
whenever
his
I
nose
put
off.
when I put that post on Facebook, the amount of my family members and friends and people who reached out to me and sent me Mike Tyson training footage. Oftentimes it was the same pad work that he did 4 fucking years ago against Roy Jones Jr. to just show me how Mike Tyson was going to obliterate Jake Paul.
No, because here's the deal. It's 30-second goes when you're doing pad work. They're just getting 30 seconds of film. My pad work looks great for 30 seconds.
Pads
right?
don't hit back.
Listen, let me make my point. You just
I
got to make yours. Even in his Roy Jones, dude, they look slow and tired. They're 60. They're 55. You know, you don't move like you move anymore. Those things don't work. I'm almost 40. I don't move like I moved when I was 25. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I'm slow. Old and slow. Young me would kick the crap out of me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not throwing shade at Mike. Whenever I'm throwing the argument, everybody who's saying that Mike's going to win, at least from the camp that I saw, are holding on to the past that Mike Tyson is Iron Mike. He is Iron Mike, and are holding
He's still
on
the man. He's still scary.
and they
to
hold
a
on to the fact that
normal
they're
person.
still the man because a lot of these people are older.
You're trying to say that I'm not the man?
No, you
You're
could
trying-
no, you would
You
put me in
see?
you put me in a guillotine. I never get out of it.
Stay man.
Um,
The man.
what I'm arguing is that Jake, regardless of how you feel about his validity, is a low-level pro boxer.
Yeah.
At this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
He went toe-to-toe with Tommy Fury, who's also a low-level pro boxer. Jake's a low-level pro boxer. Regardless if you want to, I don't care. I don't like him, by the way. Everybody thinks I'm like defending Jake because I like him and I'm shitting on Mike. People don't understand. This is what I do. I come on this show every Wednesday and I talk about shit. Okay? We're familiar with this. We've seen this before. He murdered Tyron Woodley. UFC
Again,
wrestler.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
That one looked fake.
You think it was rigged?
That one looked fake.
God.
Shakes the right hand.
That one looked fake. And the other one Askren looks fake. Those didn't look
Askren I wasn't so sure about. Askren, I was like, that was a bit of an early stoppage. It doesn't matter. Would have ended the same.
Again, they just looked fake to me.
What about Anderson Silva?
That one was real. They were just kind of messing around.
He got dropped. Yes. Yeah. Listen, God, I'm not.
Right.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Okay.
You're a fan of mine. We've worked together on a lot of stuff.
I'm just saying.
Mike, I'm going
he's
to
not
say
he's not in the real boxing circuit. He's not in there mixing it up with actual boxers. All of the contracts are closed. Like, come on.
I agree that he doesn't take fights unless he knows that he's going to win them. To some perspective, or at least he has a really good chance of winning them. What I'll argue is this. What's going to suck here is that when Jake beats Mike, because Jake is, I'm so sorry to everybody who's like a big Mike Tyson fan. He's going to die. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If you think Mike Tyson's going to win, you're wrong.
I don't think Mike Tyson's going to win. I don't think he's going to die. I think they've arranged it to where, just like the Floyd fight, like they arranged it in a certain way to where Jake loses gracefully. If he loses or he wins gracefully.
No, it won't even be similar to Logan and Jake. Or Logan.
I just don't trust the boxing fight game. Everything about it seems fishy. It has a fishy history. It's too easy to rig fights. You know, the fear of when someone gets knocked out in the UFC, it's like, oh my God, yeah, no one would sign up for that head kick to the face. But if someone takes you could take a dive in a boxing match pretty easily and it'd be like, well, I mean, it looks pretty real. 12-ounce gloves, you know? This boy's hanging out in the back. Yeah, you can punch me as hard as you want. I'll drop my left. What was it? How much I get paid? Yeah, right? I don't trust it. I got trust issues. If you're watching, I clearly have trust issues. Okay. It's deeper than the fight. Deeper than the fight.
I don't think it's rigged just because I think it's like I've seen Jake's ability.
I already said it before the show. Like we started. Like he is incredibly athletic. Full splits. Like he is an athlete. No question. Athlete. Did gymnastics, was a wrestler, athletic dude.
You're thinking of Logan.
Oh no, I got them mixed up. They're twins.
Yeah, they kind
But
of.
again, they're both very, very athletic.
Yes. I will.
But hold on. But can they golf? That's the question that we're not asking that we should be asking.
No, probably not. They
But
can't
can-
golf. They can't golf to your
Not athletic. It's a sport.
Um, listen.
I like it. I'm watching. That's all that matters.
I'm 100% in. We're gonna watch it. 1,000,000%. There isn't it.
And
Power's the last thing to go. So Mike has in 30-second intervals a puncher's chance.
I don't
He
think he
might
does.
land it.
he's on no.
Yeah.
No.
My uncle's like, well, it's a heavyweight, and Jake's never been hit by. Yeah, he's never been hit by a 6-year-old. 60
Wow.
years old.
Hey, Mike, if you're listening, come to the show and then you'll say it to Mike's face. Mike will eat your children, bro.
He'd kill me. I'm not saying he wouldn't kill me, but I don't have the boxing prowess. I'm not at the I hate saying this because it sounds like I don't have the boxing ability that Jake Paul does because he trains. This is what he
We
does.
gotta get you in there, dude. We can get you in the gym.
I box. I just don't box like Jake.
All right.
He has focused on this for years. When was the last time Mike was Iron Mike in the boxing ring?
Oh, it's 20 years ago for sure.
No, you can say it with me. It was 1994.
Whoa, I was live in 94. That was a good year.
Yeah, it was 30 fucking years ago. He lost in 2005. Do you know what his post-conference interview was? I just don't have this anymore. I'm just not a killer. I'm not ruthless as I used to be. I just don't feel like doing this anymore. I just don't care about it anymore.
It's a pretty good impression. And listen, you do lose the caring about it. You do lose that. I was watching an interview the other day with someone. They said, I just don't, I stopped trying. There's no more days where I try to prove that I'm the man. Do I still like to compete? Yeah, for sure. But there's nothing in me that needs to show myself how scary I can become, how tough I can be. I did that already. I know how tough I am.
Yeah.
I know how scary I can be. And I just want to compete now. I still want to mix it up because I enjoy this thing.
Do I think
the important thing, Ian, is we're going to watch. I think that's all that matters. Like, who cares who wins? We're going to watch.
And I trust me when I tell everybody, I hope that Mike Tyson absolutely knocks this guy's head off.
Someone needs to.
But he's not going to. It's not going
to. No. Never. It's just not going to happen. It's not set up that way.
It's not. I don't care.
We're supposed to buy. We're supposed to watch.
I don't care if it's fighting at heavyweight, which Jake has never fought at heavyweight before. It's just, it doesn't
matter.
It doesn't matter.
But we're going to watch. It's going to be good. It's going to be entertaining. That's what it is.
You think Mike gets knocked down?
I don't think these fights are set up as real competitions. That's like me going in and saying, okay, X high school national champion, he's gonna wrestle the now state champion of this state, or whoever his weight of. It's not a real thing that's happening. It's some special match that someone is putting together for entertainment and entertainment purposes only. It's not like the UFC where we're taking two people in their prime and putting them up
Yeah.
against each other to see if, what's going
Yeah.
to,
It's not
anything less than that isn't a real fight, in my opinion, because there's stipulations where you got to do this, where you got to do that, and it's going to be shorter rounds. It's going to be this, and who's going to win? It's like, who's going to win between? It was like the one-on-one thing with Michael Jordan and Kobe. I'd watch,
I
but
think
it's not the
I
same.
think it's a fight in the sense that Mike believes that he is enough to beat Jake Paul at where he is at this level. I think Jake
Maybe.
Paul at the level he's at has enough to beat a senior citizen parking in the fucking handicap spot Mike Tyson. He was in a cane. He was walking with a cane 2 years ago. He was in
Maybe
an
he got
airport
better.
in a
Maybe he went down to
wheelchair.
Panama and he got those shots in his joints.
Yeah, he got
Some
the
stem cell
stupid
action,
stem
bro.
cell. I'm not throwing shade at
Maybe
Mike
he
Tyson.
did.
I'm just
I could
calling
get-
what it is.
I could get a little bit, get some peptides, and then feel back like I'm 22 again.
Does the Mike Tyson that we saw fight Roy Jones Jr. beat Jake Paul
No.
today?
No.
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 And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, you can't, but that's just it. We have to understand what we're watching. We're not watching a fight. We're watching entertainment. And we're all gonna watch, we're all gonna like it. It's gonna be awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Sold. I'm in.
Yeah.
Doesn't take
Heck
much.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. Anyways, that's it. I apologize to all the Mike fans. I'm a Mike fan too.
I'm a Mike fan too.
But I'm
dude.
also I'm a realist to the point where I understand what's going to happen, and I'm not going to be upset about it when it does, because I know. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yeah. Hey, dude,
Um,
thank you for having me on.
dude,
Blast. We'll
duh.
do it again.
Yeah, we'll get you back on here in the next. I mean, well, I already know when you're gonna be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go and wrap this one up. It's a long episode, but it's a fun episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. For Goza, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming back to the show. We love you. We missed you.
Always pleasure.
My name is Ian Moore. My commentating partner and co-host Nicholas. Subscribe to the page. Like this post. Don't be a bitch that way. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, adios, bye-bye. Oh my God, we're actually, I don't know if you can get close to your camera. Can you get close to your camera to do that? No, we can't because our camera's up there.
Yeah.
What do you
can't
need to do?
Well, we usually do like a fist pump thing, but it's too far away, and I don't feel like getting up.
I get blurry as I get in. Where's my money spot? Boom, right here. What's up?
Oh, you can do the eyebrow? I can't do that.
I can only do it this side though. Punch. I got your punch.
Yeah, thanks. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up. See you on the next one. Peace, love, adios.
I fall down, but I don't lose sight. What's success if there ain't no fight? Highs and lows, well, I guess that's life.